record, and we're about to start.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
well,
It
yeah,
looks like Son will join in at some point. I just got a text from him. He said he's a couple of minutes behind.
sounds great. No problem. We're starting now. Welcome, everyone. This is Adam Beebe. We're here for the open house presentation of iquiz.com. I'm joined by, it goes by Ro, but is that Romeen Sahibi?
Yes, everyone calls me Ro. It's fine.
Okay, well, welcome and thank you for joining us. Um,
Thank you.
I wanted to do, and I'm addressing a question right here, just a moment.
Sure.
Um, I wanted to, for this, if anyone listening to this other than Ro and I is not going to be able to speak, if you have questions, please ask them regarding the chat functionality of the GoToWebinar. I'll ask them verbatim unless Ro proactively addresses them. If you have a revenue question and we're on traffic, I'm going to hold it until we're on the revenue section. But all your questions will get answered without a doubt. Um, what we're looking at here is accessible to anyone on this call and not on this call. This is the deal snapshot on latonas.com. It shows the annual revenue, expenses, profit, uniques, page views, price. The site started up in August 2014. Obviously, if you've gone to the site, you can see the high level of relevance in the over the past few months, over the past year to say the least, and then ramping up even after the movie release on the 18th. It's a Star Wars blog, a little more in depth than that.
Yeah.
But if anyone were to go to Latona's, you can click on, you can't make them out right now, the blue numbers for revenue, expenses, uniques, and page views, and that shows the monthly breakdown of each category. Um, you can also request a prospectus. You would need to go to the site and click the widget. I'll get an email. I'll make sure you have a signed NDA in-house. And then upon receipt of that, I'll send you a prospectus on the site. Without further ado, and Ro, what's going to happen is we've got 4 slides here.
Sure.
What's going to happen in this section is, it's a short history, relatively speaking, but
Yeah.
let's go through the history of the site. Did you come up with
Sure.
it? I know your partner is more the programmer, but
Right.
tell us
Well,
how the site began. I personally know the answers to some extent
of
where you
course.
branched off content, but just address the buyers now as far as the history of the site up to its current manifestation. So go ahead and take it away.
Sure. A little while ago, earlier last year, I began blogging about Star Wars and sci-fi and paranormal things. We started a site called Epic Stream with a different partner. He bought us out, and it became a very successful site. And I started iQuiz, which was very different in respects that we decided to do quizzes, personality quizzes, and trivia as well as blogging content. The site took off right away. We did all kinds. We cover Marvel as well as Star Wars. We do Doctor Who and Star Trek. But as time went on, me being a Star Wars junkie, it started to bleed through, and our fan base started to become very heavily Star Wars. But we do have people who come to the site for things like Power Rangers, um, and Doctor Who, and occasionally some Marvel fans come to the site as well. So we're about 85% Star Wars, and iQuiz got its name because we started as a trivia and personality quiz website, um, and now we've expanded into just an all-around entertainment content site. So that's where we've kind of have grown in the last 6 months. In the last year and 6 months. So we are very socially driven site. We came up with ways to drive traffic without getting into the SEO game by building social media properties, and we now have a very solid social media base that is guaranteed to drive traffic on a daily basis as we release content. So that's where how we started, and that's where we're at about. Did I leave anything out that you wanted to hear about in that summary? You might be muted there. Okay, so here you see examples of our social media. Right here is our Star Wars page. I think it broke 130,000 followers today. So obviously, a big portion of our traffic comes from here. We've developed other techniques using open forums in Facebook, the Facebook groups, linking them to this page, and using that as a major source of bringing in new people, constantly growing the social media base and driving traffic. The traffic, the site in turn generates revenue strictly through Google AdSense. You are you muted there, Adam?
Sorry about that. What about the
No
other
worries.
social? Yeah, right. What about the other
Yeah.
Facebook page here?
Okay, so this is our home base page. This is the iquiz.com Facebook presence. Now we don't use our Twitter account. We've never really needed to. The site is run by one person, myself. It generates all this income and all this traffic with just one person. It's very easy to run. It's a very easy system. So we don't maintain massive amounts of accounts. We have this iQuiz page that's growing every day. We have our major Star Wars page, and then we have a couple of smaller pages with 1,000 likes here and 1,000 likes there. Those will all come with it, where you can promote other things as well. So this page started at zero with nothing but the name iQuiz on it, and has since grown in the last year to so it's grown in the last year to almost 9,000 people. I believe it's close to breaking that right now. So that's the iQuiz. Those are the two main properties. Between those two properties, there you have almost 140,000 people.
Okay. Yeah, very impressive, and I know that that's very relevant when it comes to traffic and keeping the traffic. This is just the Wayback Machine. Anyone can go to that.
Right. I
Nothing.
believe Son has joined in. I don't know if you want to unmute him if he has anything to add to that, but um,
Song, can you hear me?
Okay. Can you? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
you're kind of faint. Are you dialed in with your mic and speakers?
Oh, I'm not dialed in. I'm connected to my computer.
Okay, so you're using your mic. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Kind of faint. Not sure if you can move yourself closer to your mic or what have you. You're a little faint.
Yeah, it's. Oh, okay. So is there a way to dial in or
That's good. Yeah, you're
yeah,
good.
there you go.
You're good now.
You're good.
good
All
now?
So
right. And look, and
so
the way we'll handle this is Roe Song. If either or both of you want to talk about something, it's whatever you think's relevant. So, Roe, you were
right.
asking Song something?
No, I was just letting you know that he was on the call.
Oh, okay.
So we were, as you see from the Wayback Machine here, that the site has a very short history, um, and but very successful history. We launched I believe in August of 2014, and we are currently a top ranked, according to Alexa ranking, we're a top ranked site in the United States.
Okay. The analytics are here, and
Yep.
I would imagine some of these spike peaks, if you will, are is
Yeah.
if something goes viral here.
Right.
Um, what do you see relevant in speaking
Yeah.
about the traffic here?
Well, as you can see, it's pretty consistent. It's flat across the board. There are some dips and valleys. If you'll things that we'll get into later, I believe we will address. We took a month off to develop some other properties. It is just Son and myself running this entire network of sites. These are very sites, very easy to maintain this traffic. But if I can address the peaks real quick,
Sure.
with just myself, running the site, I'm only putting up 3 to content a day. Now, if a bigger team came in and was putting out 15, 20 pieces of content a day, and you had multiple people out there uh, promoting on social media, your potential for these viral peaks exponentially grows, because that you can dramatically change a website's income with just one good relationship with a major blog. We had a writer at IO9 post one of our quizzes, and the quiz went through the roof. We had the Business Insider pick up on one of our rumors that we started, and spike again right through the roof. So every time we do, and we're only putting out 3 to 4 pieces of content a day. So imagine the potential for these spikes with when you're doubling up on content and you're out there actively. If this was our sole focus, if this website was the sole focus, we'd be hitting the phones and building relationships and pushing these spikes. I think there's mass, especially with the future of Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise and the fan base that we've built on in social media, a massive potential for increase in these spikes. And even without it, you can see how fairly steady this traffic has been for us.
Okay. There'll be some slight pauses here as I attend to some questions that come up and making sure that they're addressed. This is great. Vast majority of the traffic is U.S. followed by U.K. So this is just by nature quality traffic. Anything you want to talk about as far as the country version?
We focus solely on the United States because those are overall the best CPMs. We have a decent UK following at times, and we do have a slightly increased Australian following. I think it might Australia and Canada might have creeped up a spot or two in the last month, but we focus primarily on the United States, so you don't have to worry about janky traffic or questionable traffic coming in from these low CPM countries.
Got it. Vast majority is organic. I would think more would come from social. What, as far as given everything you've got there, but what do you have to say about that? And some of these questions I'm asking, they're being phrased a different way by buyers.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sure. Organic search. Yeah, most of our traffic is socially driven, but we do have repeat. So if you look at our analytics, you'll see that we have a high number of return visitors, and I think that accounts for this large organic number. SEO is a completely different game that we haven't focused. If someone wanted to bring that to the table with this website, again, massive potential for growth in that area.
Okay. As far as keywords, the question coming in: do you buy any traffic? Have you ever bought any traffic throughout the life of the site?
Yeah, zero. We've had some discussions with people like InfoLinks and we've had reps call us from InfoLinks and what is the other one? Outbrain. Some of these traffic buying sites. We've never needed it. Like I said, San has developed the site. San maintains the site. I am the only person running the site. We keep a very lean operation here. Sometimes he doesn't hear from me for 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, hey, San, just checking in with you. He's built a bulletproof site, and it's designed that he occasionally calls me, hey, I'm running an update, or we're just going to reboot the server once a month, or things like that. I purely run. It's a one-man show. Anyone can take this over. It's a one-man show.
Okay. Advance here. Fully responsive site?
Yes, 100% responsive. Beautiful responsive site. It was actually designed to look good on a mobile phone or a pad. We designed it with the tablet and mobile phone in mind. We do get desktop traffic, but the majority of the traffic is mobile, which is good for any buyer because that is where the money is, and that's where the good CPMs are, and is the future of all this traffic should you tend to expand globally.
Okay. Have you ever bought any backlinks, part of the link exchanges, anything like that?
Nope, we've earned our ranking. We are a top. We've been ranked as high as 7,000, top 7,000 at times in the United States. We're been ranked as high as top 30,000 in the world without purchasing a single backlink. Our traffic is purely socially driven. We don't rely on these algorithms that can change, these SEO algorithms which change time and time again. We've built a system on people, real people that exist who are a part of our network every day.
Okay. The type of sites that you're linking, well, Reddit, obviously. What
Yeah.
any of these that you want to talk about? What the Reddit? I guess that was a post there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
These are just these are just our use. If there's stuff on Reddit, it's not from us. It's just our fans, our user base posting things there and sharing things on Reddit to open discussions. We have nothing to do with the Reddit base, but we seem to get some traffic from there on a daily basis. I wouldn't say it's more than 3 or 4% on any given day, but it's been as high as 1 or 2% of our traffic coming from Reddit on some days. We did have one viral thread a little while ago, and like I said, we had nothing to do with it. It was purely our user base posting things there.
Okay.
User generated. Yeah, user generated.
This is from SEM Rush. Anyone can go there. We've got a rising amount of, if you were to buy the traffic, I'm sorry, organic, which is all organic. Um, has the, so I know you've never paid for traffic. Has the SEO on the site, or I think more to the point, has the strategy of getting traffic to the site, has it always been the same?
Yes, and let me explain why. A lot of these full-time, not that we are full-time web guys, but a lot of these long-running web development companies, they always want to talk us down. They always want to act like the big show. Well, you don't have an SEO game, you're set. The SEO game, everyone I know that has been in the SEO game has had their peaks and extreme valleys, and has gone as long as 3 to 4 months rebuilding their SEO because of a change in algorithm. We don't experience that problem with our techniques, because when you get someone to like a page in Facebook and you learn to engage an entire community, those people are always there. I don't have to worry about an algorithm and a search, somebody typing in the right thing. I do the talking with social media. So I tell people every day, hey guys, this is what we got. Here's what's going on today. And I become a trusted source, and people check in every day with us. We don't have to worry about algorithm changes. We don't have to worry about buying traffic. All we have to worry about is engaging our audience. And so we've never pursued the social media the SEO game. It's a very expensive game, and it's a game that's very competitive, especially in a keyword like Star Wars. I think the ROI is not worth it. I think this is the way to go. So we avoid that game completely, and it's worked to our advantage. Like I said, we're a one-man show, and we're extremely profitable that way. So to make a long story short, we do not focus on SEO at all. If someone wants to bring that to the table and they're a ninja with it, more power to you. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money than we're currently making with this site. I would think that would be only a benefit. We have not attacked this game at all. It's an open market for anyone who wants to do that. We've secured our traffic base though, so we don't have to worry about it going away.
Good stuff. And I apologize, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I can't even. What are some keywords that you do well in, just organically?
Well, we like I said, so keywords are SEO, and so we have some random things that do pop up. They're usually this screen is blurry, so I don't know what you put on here. I can't see exactly what's coming up, but I know like a lot of the things that do tend to come in are quiz related keywords. So Star Wars lightsaber quiz, um, Marvel quiz. I see quite a bit in our organic keyword search. Um, there is we had a Kate Upton post that went viral, so I've seen Kate Upton Instagram show up. Very random things that show up in there. Star Wars, like I said, is very competitive. The keyword Star Wars, if you type it in, I don't think we're in the first 2 or 3 pages of Google, to be honest with you. So I don't think you'll see the keyword Star Wars there. I think those are all pretty much dominated by sources like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, StarWars.com. Uh, I can't really, like I said, it's blurry. This screenshot seems to be blurry, so I can't see what's listed there. But my assumption it's going to be quizzes, Star Wars quiz, Marvel quiz, things like that is what you're going to see in these keyword searches.
Right. Well, that was a little smaller and faint. What happened
Yeah.
in December?
Let's see,
Last,
December of last year, uniques. We had a massively. We were the first people to come out with a quiz called "What color is your lightsaber?" and it hit 10 million people. Every major website in town picked up on it. BuzzFeed ended up copying us. Brainfall, Epic Stream, all these other quiz sites ended up copying us. But we had the very first lightsaber quiz, and it went rabid on social media. When in one day in particular, I think we had 4 million people take the quiz in just one day. And if I could use that as a testament to my partner San, not one crash happened.
Yeah, what we're doing like per day, page view wise, because every time you select an answer, it's like a page view. So I think you multiply the number of uniques by how many pages that quiz have? Like 10 pages or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like 100 million
yeah,
in that
yeah.
time span.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had I don't know that exact number. It was a crazy number. That month was very crazy, extremely profitable month there. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. We haven't created a quiz in for probably 3 or 4 months. Now the new Star Wars is coming out, and there's going to be plenty of opportunity for new trivia and new personality quizzes based on the story as it becomes released tomorrow.
time to buy, time to get, and
Yeah,
understood.
exactly. And
Mark,
just and for the record, because of that our success, all eyes were on us that month. Probably 50 different competitors popped up that month after we did that. So it was like people were like, "How we got to get into this game," and we noticed that as soon as we got into this game, we had 50 new competitors a week later.
the page
So
views would be in that
and
December was it's 10 million. I guess they just stayed on that
yeah,
page and answered the question as far
well,
as lightsaber.
yeah, I think that the uniques was a little high. I think we had somewhere closer to like 5 or 6 million uniques, and so I don't know where that number came from. I got to double check it. I think we had something like 40 million page views. I don't let me where did this I think this is
Just out of the
low actually.
material and the questionnaire.
Okay, let me see. But yeah, I mean, we had massive page views. We had massive page views. I think it was something like 40 million. I think in that December. Then in that final quarter. But yeah, so we can I can get the exact number per day.
All right,
We can
and you
break it
do
down
have
per day if we need to for anyone.
question.
And
You do
just
have obviously
but
Google Analytics on the site, so that's
Yeah,
something that can be.
100%. We have a super anyone interested will have access and can see break it down into the exact number day to day. We I just wanted to go back to the thing what I was saying about our competitors. We
Hmm.
had 100 new competitors pop up that month, and within 3 or 4 months, they were all gone. We were the only ones who were big enough to write it out. There's maybe a handful left. So we're back in a position of dominance again in this field.
Okay. Okay, and Son and um, Ro, I'm gonna put myself on mute now. And
Okay.
when you're done speaking with a screenshot, just say next, and I'll advance. So we've
Sure.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Got about six screenshots. Um,
Sure.
just spend
We'll
30 seconds, 45 seconds on each one. Let us know what we're seeing. The
yeah.
the goal is by the end of the admin section, these 5 or 6 screenshots, just to give someone a workable idea as far as what you do on the back end to keep
Sure.
the site going. Firstly, a
Sure.
question came in, what is the site built on? And then I'll let you take it away. Just say next when you're ready to
Okay.
move on.
Okay. Go ahead, son. That's for you.
Okay, it's built on ASP, and the editor you're looking at here is we built it based. We didn't. It wasn't responsive in the beginning. Our entire website wasn't. Responsiveness wasn't a thing yet. But then as we progress, our backend tech, the editor here you're seeing here is not responsive. But what people see when they go to the website is completely 100% responsive.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with an editor, like creating a quiz, it's a pretty um, a basic but advanced tool.
Okay.
And this is the same type of tool that BuzzFeed and all these other quiz creator sites use, and it's pretty similar. So
All right.
everything that they can do, we can do. But we've been pioneers in some of these things like personality quizzes.
So, if I can just chime in real quick, I just want to reemphasize that the question was what is it built on? It's PHP and I'm sorry, ASP and the database on.
It's MySQL.
Okay. All right. So hopefully, if there's any other questions about the build, that's the general platforms that everything is built on. And just to add to what Son is saying, we do all our editing from a laptop, and so we don't see a need for the back end to be responsive. So, okay, can we go to the next slide? So this is a sample of a quiz. It's very simple text entry. You simply add results, upload images, and then you could proofread everything from these sections. Very simple editor. Simply add text, upload images, and make it live. And that's how you make these quizzes. Next slide. This is a sample of the main page backend. You can see here that you can get your live numbers. You scroll in, you'll see that Force Awakens, Supreme Leader Snoke, and the live number is there was 3,500, I think that's what it says, reads so far. There was a cosplay video, it had 15 views there. So you can see there's some things hit, some things don't, but everything brings in traffic. I mean, those had probably just gone live. The Snoke piece on top is probably in a mini viral stage. Probably, I think that article ended up having like 100,000 hits. That cosplay video down there ended up having like 1,500 hits. So we have a wide variety of content for a lot of different people, but we tend to focus on the stuff we put out a handful of things every day, and we can track right away the numbers so we can see what people want to read. And you'll see we could pick what goes in the slider up top. Now this obviously is not reflective of the responsive site like San was saying, but here you can see that we can pick what goes in the slider, and you have your basic menu of add article, add video, add quiz, list editor, trivia editor, and poll editor. Next slide. This is the actual editing interface for an article. As you can see, it's real similar, nothing we haven't seen before. Anyone familiar with Blogger or WordPress will know how to use this editor. Very basic editing format. Enter text, bold it, rich text, add an image, add a title. You can access in the tools tab. You can access the source HTML, so you can do anything fancy you want to it. Next one. Now, here's the sample of the trivia editor. This is an image-based trivia. You'll see down below images next to questions. Real simple. You enter a title. You upload your SEO. I mean, sorry, your social image. See that image up there is a picture of the Star Wars cast with the logo. That's what's going to show up in social media when I share it on Facebook or on Twitter or wherever. And down below, simply upload images and add questions and your text, and you make it live. It's really simple to use. Next slide. Again, sample of an editor with some rich HTML, some rich text in here. You can add as many images and videos as you want. This is just a picture of the back end, which is very similar to the other version. This is probably I believe this is a video page when you're adding a video. And next one. All right, revenue.
Thank you for that, and I'm back. Can you explain the peaks and valleys?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. So as we talked about before, we came off a huge viral surge off the end of last year. Then it started to level out in September, August and September, for about a 5.5 week stretch. We were hired out to develop a social network, and we were buried. We were coding every day, building a social network from the ground up. It was an extremely profitable job, and we were focused on it. We had to hit some deadlines, so we basically shut down. You can see from the posting history, it'll reflect it. The only reason the revenue dropped is because we weren't uploading content. We had bitten off a little bit more than we could chew as developers without a team, and we had to put all hands on deck to get this additional project done. Like I said, we're a two-man company. We run 4 or 5 websites at this point in time. We're down to 4 websites right now, and we do it single-handedly. And yeah, we learned from our mistake there is that those were just growing pains. So we had to put a couple of our websites on hold as we finished off a project. And the proof is in the posting. You can see that we weren't posting, and that's the only reason that there was a revenue drop.
Okay, that addresses it, and thank you for that question that just came in.
Sure.
Okay, expenses, flatline, hosting.
That's it. I mean, our expenses, we have a system that will explain to the buyer. We call it paying the piper. So we have a very even expense every month with Facebook. We have a couple of very small expenses every month, but our primary expense is $300 a month goes to Amazon Cloud Services, and then about $500 a month, $500 to $600 a month in Facebook advertising. Like I said, a couple of small things. We use a video embedding service. We've experimented with some image caching services, small dollars here and there, but the 2 big things are Amazon Cloud Service and Facebook. We keep it at about $1,000 a month.
Okay. There's going to be 3 slides coming up here. I'll put myself on mute, and when you're done, we're going to go there, expectations and that.
Sure.
The remaining 3 slides, there'll also be a slide after that for questions. So anyone listening now, last call for questions is coming up, so be thinking of them. But if you two would, the first way to the way to preface this is everyone's skill set is different. So an hour of your time is worth more than an hour of my time, and then vice versa, depending on what we're talking about. So kind of introduce, you've already said you've got an A+ coder and a B coder. Kind of go a little bit deeper as far as skill set, what you brought to the site, and then what's required. Okay. And I'll let you take it away.
Okay, so I don't do any coding outside as the day-to-day operations guy. I don't do any coding anymore. I might throw in a little bit of HTML into a post, but all the coding has been done, and we haven't had to modify code in months and months and months. Occasionally, we have to run an update, a database update, or we have to do a server boot. It's which is just maintenance. It's done remotely, and that's only maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. It takes the site down for about 30 seconds at the most. But we'll get into that in a second. As far as the day-to-day goes, I have the best job in the world. I'm very active in social media, so I don't have to go looking for too much content. Most of the content comes to me as our system will reveal to the buyer. I wake up and I check the news first off, and I see if anything's breaking, if there's any been new videos or trailers that our Star Wars user base might be interested in. So I spend about an hour catching up, doing correspondence to anybody commenting on last night's posts. Then I put up 2 or 3 posts, and I schedule them throughout social media. That's about an hour's worth of work. So my day is about 2 hours for iQuiz. If anything comes up during the day, I'll take a half hour out of my day, 15 minutes, to update those posts, check in to see what people are saying, reply to comments and questions on social media, engaging the audience. So there may be, in the middle of the day, another 30 minutes of engagement. And then at night, I catch up on the news and schedule some posts for overnight. Anything that's fun and quirky that's not time relevant, I'll schedule for the morning. And I'll spend about an hour and a half at night. So it's about 3 to 4 hours a day running iQuiz spread out through the course of the day. It can be more, it can be less. Like I said, I like to engage people and talk to people. That doesn't necessarily contribute to the running of the site. It just keeps me in the community. So about 2 hours a day are spent reading, communicating, and creating and scheduling posts. That's the bulk of my day. I repeat that process again in the evening, maybe for an hour. And that is the bulk of the day-to-day operation. Go in, look for what people are talking about or anything new, put it up on iQuiz, take the iQuiz post, go to social media with it, and get people engaged with it. And that is how we put up content. It's that simple. All right. So site growth and future expectations are tremendous for this particular website, simply because tomorrow, I will not be online tomorrow. San is flying to LA. He lives in Sacramento. I live in Los Angeles. And we are attending the preview night tomorrow for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So we will be madly consumed with getting content over the next week here as the new Star Wars comes out. So that means the site has massive potential because Star Wars is no longer a dead subject. Disney purchased George Lucas's share and have decided to release a Star Wars movie from now till the end of time, every year from now until the end of time. So Star Wars will be an ongoing franchise. New TV shows, the cartoon series are growing, and merchandise come out every day. This site is not just Star Wars, though. So we have a Star Wars base. Anyone who wants to expand into any other fandom, which is a key word you'll learn as you get into this, any other fandoms, whether it be Doctor Who, Marvel, sports, can be done. The name is not restricted to Star Wars. Simply our social media is. So we promote through social media and we drive traffic with our system based in these Star Wars communities. But you can add any community you want to this website. If you do stick with Star Wars, starting next week, you're going to have a brand new Star Wars story to start doing more trivia, more personality quizzes. There is another movie series of films coming out. First one's of anthology films. First one's called Rogue One, and then the Han Solo movie. Those will be coming out. Episode 8 Fan theory is a big thing online. Fan theory will be expected to grow between episode 7 and episode 8. Fan theory will rise. We have uh, there's a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of articles that will be written, a lot of fan blogs speculating on what will happen next. Speculation is huge. Speculation, when it's convincing, is big money makers. And good fan theory writers get picked up by the bigger blogs. You'll see fan theory pop up on IO9, Huffington Post, Yahoo even. Sometimes it makes it all the way to the front page of Yahoo, and bang, there you've got massive growth for weeks. So my future expectations for the site, if it's a full-time job, like I said, I spend 3 hours a day on iQuiz, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a day on iQuiz. If somebody was doing this full-time, had help, I think iQuiz future expectations are limitless. You can attack any fandom, any community, and start adding it to the website, building these audiences with a system that we're going to give away to the buyer, the bulletproof system that we've proven to work on several different websites. And so we are selling this website because, like I said, we run 4 different websites. We have built a brand new platform that's completely different, that we are currently spending a lot of time on. We're developers. We love taking on new projects. This has become just a steady product for us, and we're ready to start building our next set of projects. So we're just kind of cleaning house and it's a great product. Don't get me wrong. We are not going to sell this to just anyone. We will sell this to the buyer that really we can work with, that we think is going to do this site justice. We don't want to just give this away for for shits and giggles. That we love this site. We would hold on to it if we weren't developing so many new projects. But in order for us to grow, we need to, as developers and as a company, we need to clear house of some of our daily responsibilities, and that's it. All right.
Okay, you did a great job, and addressing some questions, and I'll make again the last call for any questions that came in. Son and Ro, you both did a great job proactively addressing them. Having said that, anyone else listening to this live, if you have additional questions, I need to get them now. I'm going to advance one more slide, and that's my contact information: phone, email, Skype. Invite me to Skype. I'll accept. You can, by you I mean anyone, can request a prospectus. I do need to get a signed NDA in-house, so you'll be sent one if you don't have one. A recording of this open house will be up on Latona's. Anyone listening now wants to review something can do that. It'll be up within 24 hours. And guys, that's it. You did a fantastic job. I see, and we've gotten quite a few inquiries about the site. The open house always helps as far as generating more interest. And as anything comes up, I will definitely let you two know. And thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Have a great afternoon.
You too. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.